This is the STL Medical Weight Loss radio show. With Dr. Joe, no more talking, let's go.
Welcome back to the STL Medical Weight Loss radio show. I'm your host, Dr. Joseph Moleski. I got my co-host and friend, Drew Shelton, in the building. We're talking a lot about tirzepatide. We're talking about, what if you don't do it? And, we had talked about last time in the last segment, what if, it's more about what we're not doing. We're not consuming lots of processed food. We're not consuming high sugar. We have, control over food cravings. And so I think that's the key. And we have, built better habits being on this medication. You have.
Oh, 100%. It's night and day. And my wife's not even on this medication at this point. And she's lost weight just by doing the different lifestyles that I'm doing.
Yep.
So it's, I don't want to keep using the word game changer because we've used it a couple times today, but it literally is changing the course of my life.
Yeah. And we talked about, there's a lot, you can get a lot of opinions.
Oh, yeah.
I think on anything,
plenty of them.
A lot of opinions. There's, you can't trust this, what about this, it's that, you'll regain weight if you stop it. And we were just talking, just briefly on the break, is, okay, yes, if you do stop this medication, and then you decide that you're going to start eating processed food, high sugar meals, and then, you're going to gain weight.
Absolutely.
But isn't that with every diet?
This is very true. And that's what that was your rebuttal to me. I'm like, well, that's a great point because I've gotten so much backlash by doing this product. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know why you're giving me backlash when it's literally results are being shown here, but their counter is, okay, well, you're going to gain it right back. I said, well, you're right. I could gain it right back. But the part of your program here is the education and the medication.
Correct.
So I don't change my lifestyle. Yeah, I'm going to gain the weight back.
Sure. I mean, I think that's in anything where if clients think that, I'm going to start this medication and I'm still going to drink, a smoothie every day, and then I'm going to have my Starbucks, I'm going to eat cookies, I'm going to eat ice cream, and then I'm going to have a Big Mac. I'm sorry, I
don't feel bad for you.
And I would say this program, if that's your intent, you're probably not going to do good.
It will not be a good success story.
No, but if you're like, no, I'm committed, I want to make change, and you're open to, listening to the nutritional guidance we have, the education, listening to the show is a simple way to get education.
Sure.
And if you're really committed, then yes, you're going to see results. And then, the other thing is when patients reach that goal, that 30, 40, 50 pounds that they're down, and they're like, hey, I want to go off of it. We work with you. We can develop a maintenance program to where we get you on a lower dose every other week or every week. We'll work with you. So it's not like we just hey, you reached your goal, you're out, see ya, boom. It's like we don't do that.
You're not an invoice with this program.
No.
You are a patient that is cared for every step of the way.
Yeah. And
there's encouragement along the way and reward along the way as well, because when you get that first 10 pounds, you are the very first person that I tell.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge celebration.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the encouragement to keep going. And I'm determined to keep going. I'm determined to get on the scale again and see it continue to go down. I am determined to see my closet being rearranged and shirts and shorts and pants are fitting that didn't fit months ago or last year. So I think it's an amazing thing. Yeah, and we have some, case studies or case results. I have a few clients that I have a 43-year-old, his father was recently diagnosed with heart failure. Okay.
And he has a new baby on the way.
Good.
And he's been on the program for about 5 months, and he's down 40 pounds.
Wow.
So, I mean, there you go. And he's like, maybe, Joe, I don't have to deal with this in the future. And so he's really excited about being on the program. He's had 0 side effects. He's on the 7.5. He's going to be going up to the 10 milligrams soon.
I think I'm on the 10 now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, as I said, this is something that this isn't something like you take 2 shots and you're good. This is something that you need to You work up over 3 to 6 months, and then you'll see the results. And so that was a really awesome success story that was recently shared with me. I have a 32-year-old teacher in St. Louis. She was struggling with weight as well as mental health. She was saying that like throughout her life, you know, she was 300 plus pounds. Her family gave her a lot of trouble for it, and she decided like, I'm gonna make this step for me. And her parents were like, no, you don't need to do any, you know, medical weight loss, da 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 da. And there's all these, you know, stuff on the internet. And she was like, no, I need to do something for myself. And it was the best thing that she's ever did for herself. And the reason I bring this up is because for her mental health, she was like saying that, you know, over the last, it's been 4 months for her, she's lost about 36 pounds.
Wow.
And she said, I'm actually coming down off my depression meds.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and she's had more mental clarity. She's better for her students. And so we're seeing this in all walks of life, and that this medication can get your confidence back. And, you know, the other thing I'm going to point out is, you know, we talk about weight loss, but people that are signing up with us, they obviously are, you know, they're contributing to society. They have, you know, they have their own business, or they're employed, whichever what it is. And then you got to think, a lot of them are married, they have kids, and the downstream effects of what you getting your weight down, how is that going to improve in your business? Are you going to show up more? How does that improve the day that you come into your you know, your job, whatever it be, and you're more attentive?
Right.
You get your stuff done because you're less fatigued, and then you're more present with your kids. You're not as anxious about what to cook for dinner, or like worried about like your weight all the time, or slipping into that nice swimsuit that you were ashamed of last year, and now you can fit into it and you can feel confident at the pool. So when I really talk to patients, I want them to understand that you only get one life.
You do.
And think about all the results that you're going to see in all aspects of your life by getting down in your weight. Just think about that. So when you look at, hey, it's an investment. It is. It costs money to do this. It's not free.
It costs money to do everything.
To do everything. But think about, and ask yourself, wouldn't that be the best investment that I've ever did?
You always say, invest in you.
Yep.
And that's what this is about, because you're going to find the savings in your budget elsewhere with this medication.
Sure.
And you're going to see it. You know, I've seen people on this medication that's their blood sugars are down, their BP is down.
Yep.
They don't have to take their, no, I don't say, I'm not a doctor, but their thyroid dosage medication, they've altered that because of these hormones and whatnot. So you can find the savings and help your health along the way, and it's eye-opening for me.
Yeah, I think people need to think about, you know, look at the price, fine. And I get that question a lot. I know that, you know, price is important, but you got to think about like, hey, what are the results, not just of the weight, but all the other aspects of my life, and invest in you guys. You need to invest in you and think about the results that you're going to get. So, I mean, I'm just happy that I'm able to share this with folks and get people down on their weight. I mean, this is truly a blessing for me to be able to, you know, be where I'm at in my life, be a physician, be able to educate people on this platform is truly a blessing for me. Like, I feel like I'm really helping people change their lives.
The website to go to right now on this break, stlmedweightloss.com, stlmedweightloss.com, and the phone number?
636-628-6604.